Hello, Rain. How you doing? All right. It's a good composition. It's a great start. Great start. I think you've done two little mini typographic compositions, both of which are very attractive. And I think there's a couple of things we can do to improve it's the hierarchy. And the one thing I would recommend is this is right now the main thing that sticks out to me is the fact that you're using two typefaces in this composition, both of which are very, very similar to each other. And you don't really want to do that when you're mixing typefaces. You want to try to find typefaces that are really completely visually different than one another. So we can see this flowers is really super close to this. To this first typeface, almost to the point where it's almost a little bit visually unsettling because they're so close but not the same. So it almost appears subconsciously the viewer sees this possibly as a mistake. So I would recommend if you're going to introduce, or I definitely recommend introducing a second typeface, but try to make your typefaces completely different. The next thing I would recommend is now you've established a little bit of hierarchy. Created by contrast, specifically contrast in scale and contrast in typeface. However, I don't think, well, we already talked about the typeface, but regarding scale, I think that what I would recommend is determining what is the most important phrase or words in these lyrics, and go ahead and try to emphasize those. Okay, so and emphasize those by scale. So what you want to do is really experiment with scale here to draw attention to the words that you feel are the most important words in this typographic composition. Okay, and I think that's really going to make a big difference. The other thing I would like you to do is really try to stretch your imagination here. Really push this as far as you can in terms of creativity. Don't be afraid to make really super drastic decisions. Let me just give you an example, okay? So, and I'm not saying to use this in your work, but just as an example, okay? In my field of paper flowers, I mean, you could take that flowers and just make it huge. You know what I'm saying? And then resume so that the word that you want emphasis on really, really is very obvious that you're creating emphasis based on contrasts associated with scale. I think that's really important in this particular exercise. There's no right or wrong in this exercise. As long as things are aligned and as long as they're semi-organized and not completely random, I think you'll be fine. And that's why, to me, it's really important in this exercise to push your creativity as far as you can and really take typography and try doing things you've never done before in terms of those contrasts I was speaking about. Okay, so those are my two main recommendations in the piece, and I think you're off to a great start. So I'd like to see those changes moving into your final submission. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. Thank you, Ray.